How you doing? This is Tyree Simon. I am a VA whistleblower. Today, I'm gonna be talking about Pan Africanism. You got different types of it. They have the one type that I like that's practical, and they look for solutions where people work together and try to build and work with other countries and whatnot. But before I get into that topic, I like to say please look into my case. Google whistleblower Tyree Simon. Donate to me. I'm gonna have my PayPal description down below in the pinned tweet below, and also follow me on. Can you see it? Twitter. There you go, right there. Follow me on Twitter. That's my tweet. That's my Twitter page. Okay. First, I'd like to say free Julian Signs, free Donger, and hashtag no more. No more. This is going to be tied into the no more thing with the neo-colonialism of Africa, imperialism. Okay. Pan-Africanists. Lately, I've been coming across tweets and watching YouTube videos of people talking about Pan-Africa. Africa need to work together. Black people need to stick together. And they constantly saying it. And I realized something. Some of these people that's from out of the United States, Africa, Europe, African people, African descendant people, people that live in Africa, I coming across some of them, and they're not really talking about how would they do it. No solutions, no giving up data on how to do it and how to get credit to build manufacturing and things like that. Now, every once in a while, I come across somebody with solutions, like work with China and Russia on a geopolitical level to get up leverage to basically offset what the West is doing to Europe. What the West is doing to Ethiopia and Africa as a whole, not giving them loans to build power plants and things of that nature. So they go to China or Russia to get the plants built and the railroads built and things like that. That's the Africanist, Pan-Africanist I like to deal with. That's practical. That's have the ideas, but they put the ideas into practical use. Whereas other so-called Pan-Africanists, it's just all they do is just talk. Some Pan-Africans just all they do is just talk. Oh, we need to come together. We need to come together. But I never hear some of these Pan-Africans talk about the ones that only talk about philosophy 24/7, which is the two types. One's which I am a practical Pan-Africanist that believe in ideas and utilitarianism. I'm not pronouncing that word right. Where I believe in, job training. I believe in education. I believe in creating credit. I believe in working with China and Russia. Africa should work with China and Russia to get nuclear power plants and dams and roadways. Where you got other Pan-Africans, so-called Pan-Africans, that's all they talking about is just black people need to get together. Well, yeah, but still, you still need infrastructure and stuff. They're hardly talking about that. So I don't know if it's a design, if these people just getting on platforms because they really want Africa to do well, but they really don't know what to say when it comes down to economics and infrastructure and geopolitics, and all they say is just black people, black love need to come together and this, that, other, and that's all they can say because they don't really know too much about economics and infrastructure. Or is it a way where, is it a complex Venus trap where people is putting on the Dashiki cloths and saying way black and green, but really they're not really giving you solutions to pull Africa out of the despair that is in, that's out of the poverty that is in. So be aware when you listen to some of these so-called Pan-Africanists, man. If they constantly just talking about stuff that just make you feel good, then maybe you have to start looking for some other people on YouTube, Twitter, or organizations that actually come with solutions on about learning, about building universities to create doctors in Africa and nurses and physicists and tradesmen, tradeswomen, welders, mechanics, sheet metal mechanics, HVAC and machinists, and your maintenance, your things you need in society to actually run society. And I just thought about this over the weekend because I was waiting for these so-called Pan Africanists. I mean, I want to put some of them down, but I'm waiting for them to say, well, how do we get Africa within 50 years of developing? I mean, you just can't. I mean, you can't really create money out of thin air like talking about it. I mean, only the U.S. can do it because the U.S. have the reserve currency. So you basically got to borrow from Europe, the IMF and stuff. But if you borrow from the IMF, the World Bank, then they put limitations on your country, just like Ramon Posey say from South Africa. They can't even go over 3% of the GBD budget, GDP budget. Because if they do, then the credit people downgrade the credit. So when they go and ask for a loan to build infrastructure to fight rebels terrorists that's in Mozambique or the Congo or in Ethiopia, then the World Bank, IMF strike them down because they spent over 3% of their GDP. They can't even build infrastructure, man. So that's when China and Russia steps in with loans, win-win cooperation. And when I see Africa talking about that, African Pan-Africanists talking about working with China. Now, granted, China is not perfect. Of course, you have companies in China, in Africa, Chinese companies that's really, there's some of them not doing a great job, but they being, the law's being smacked down on them. They're coming down on them to set them right, But just because you might have some Chinese bosses and Chinese employees treating some Africans like crap, doesn't mean that's indicative of all Chinese people, and the Chinese government don't like that, So it's upon the African people to stand up against that and say, look, we want you here, we want you to work with us, but you're not going to disrespect us, So just work together. And those that disrespect us, well, hey, we're going to give you some training lessons. You sit you down and talk to you about racism and stuff like that. If not, if you're still president, still racist, then we'll send you back home and they'll send somebody else here from China to work with us that really like African people. But it's not about likes and stuff. It's about building Africa up, Yeah, some respect is required too. So basically it's like working together and just move forward, man. Just work with China and Russia because Europe and Africa and United States believe in giving sanctions. Look what they're doing to Ethiopia. They want to sanction Ethiopia. Thank God for Turkey, Iran, and China selling them drones to take on the terrorist group, the TPLF, to wipe them out. And you got Rwanda and Uganda and South Africa and Mozambique fighting the terrorists in the Congo. The Congolese army fighting terrorists in the Congo and Mozambique. Thank God for that. So, but basically, so be careful. You're gonna be sitting down one day and say, I want Africa to improve itself, and you're gonna come across people on YouTube, Twitter, social media platforms. They're gonna be talking about unity, and that's all they're gonna be talking about. They're gonna have no meat and potatoes like infrastructure. They're gonna equate China to the same as the U.S. We gotta kick China out while China's giving you the loans to build the roads. So where you gonna get the money from? They're gonna these people's basically some of these so-called Pan-Africans, not all of them, because I'm a Pan-Africanist, but some of these so-called Pan-Africans want to run China out. And keep Africa from not progressing. Well, why would Africa get the loan? It's not gonna get it from Europe. I'm starting to think there's a side going on where if Europe and U.S. can't tell Africa what to do, then nobody can tell. If U.S. and And if the U.S. and Europe can't control, no, I won't say control, can't give African loans, that's terrible. Terrible high interest loans, and you got to sign your basically your life away to these countries. Then nobody else can. So what they do is they're muttering the situation between Africans and the Chinese and the Russians, saying, "Oh, the Chinese and Russians are going to do the same thing." Debt traps. It's BS. Don't listen to that. It's bullshit. China renegotiate their loans with Africa. They did it doing it with Uganda, I think, with the airport. Some rumors were circulating around that the Chinese bank took over a Ugandanese airport. Come to find out it's not true. They're still in the negotiations with it. The Uganda have to pay the bill to the Chinese bank, but still, they're going to work it out. It's better than work with the U.S. and Europe. Europe and U.S. basically want everything from Africa and give them nothing. They don't want Africa with no manufacturing capabilities or anything like that. But China, they do want Africa with manufacturing capabilities and everything. And they're going to, next 3 years, it's going to be a $300 billion win for Africa in trade, where African companies are going to be trading their products with the Chinese, selling to the Chinese market, and the Chinese going to be buying it. Thank God for that. So that's all I want to talk today about that, about the what's going on between these so-called Pan-Africanists. You got the real Pan-Africanists. That's what I am. Also, I'm American. I love my country too. But, the Constitution we have is pretty good. But I got to throw this out there because I'm a whistleblower. I'm not a militant, anything like that. It's sad I have to say that, but I'm not a militant. I'm I am nonviolent. Okay, I have to say all this because I'm a whistleblower and name be throwing out there like trash. It's crazy, but hey, I'm gonna get on YouTube and I'm gonna speak my mind about certain issues. But I'm gonna say this again: be aware of these fake Pan-Africanists and listen to the real Pan-Africanists that's practical, have good ideas, and about working with countries like with China, Russia, Iran, India, which I'm kind of skeptical of India, but still, South Korea, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Central and South America. That's the countries that I'm glad African people, I'm glad it's working with now, practical, to pull Africa out of poverty with STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. Thank you. My name is Tyree Simon, and God bless you.